The American workforce is more diverse than ever, and that diversity is shaping how organizations operate, communicate, and grow. Understanding who works in the United States today, as well as who will enter the workforce tomorrow, helps businesses respond with greater insight and confidence. This perspective goes beyond demographics. It also involves recognizing the different experiences, expectations, and contributions people bring to modern workplaces. Together, these ideas provide an important foundation for understanding today's business environments and the concepts that influence them. By the end of this lecture, I want you to be comfortable with three connected ideas about workforce diversity. First, we'll identify the key dimensions of diversity in the United States, including the different ways the workforce is changing. Next, we'll analyze current demographic trends and consider how they're shaping the labor market today. Finally, we'll evaluate how the workforce is projected to evolve over the next 2 decades. The goal is to connect today's workforce patterns with the changes we can expect in the future. Workforce diversity is the range of differences people bring to an organization, and it extends far beyond race and gender. Diversity includes every characteristic that shapes an individual's identity and experience. Primary dimensions include age, gender, race, ethnicity, physical ability, and sexual orientation. Secondary dimensions, such as education, religion, income, geographic background, and work experience, add further depth. Organizational dimensions also matter, including job function, seniority, department, and management status. Together, these dimensions show why diversity is both broad and present throughout the workplace. The composition of the U.S. labor force is changing in ways that have important implications for organizations. Hispanic and Latino workers are the fastest growing segment, while Asian Americans are increasing most rapidly by percentage. Looking ahead, the Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that by 2032, no single racial or ethnic group will make up a majority of the workforce. By 2045, the nation is projected to become majority minority. This transition will reshape business strategy, influencing how organizations attract talent, understand customers, and build inclusive workplaces. Today's workforce spans 5 generations working side by side, each bringing different values, communication styles, and expectations. The silent generation is associated with loyalty, discipline, and trust in institutions. Baby boomers often emphasize work, competition, and face-to-face communication. Gen X is known for independence, skepticism, and advancing work-life balance. Millennials represent the largest share and tend to be purpose-driven and comfortable with technology. Gen Z brings a digital-first, entrepreneurial mindset, along with strong expectations around diversity. Recognizing these differences helps us communicate and collaborate more effectively across generations. This slide highlights a significant contrast in gender and educational diversity. Women represent approximately 47% of the U.S. labor force and earn 57% of all bachelor's degrees. Yet that educational advantage has not translated into equal representation at the top. Women hold only about 29% of C-suite positions, and gaps also remain in STEM fields. At the same time, broader awareness of gender identity is encouraging organizations to expand how they define and support inclusion in the workplace. Immigration is central to both the scale and diversity of the U.S. workforce. Foreign-born workers make up approximately 17% of total employment, with strong representation in high-skill fields like technology, medicine, and engineering, as well as essential industries such as agriculture, construction, and food services. Immigrants are also a major innovation driver. They founded or co-founded more than 40% of Fortune 500 companies. During COVID-19, they represented over 25% of frontline essential workers. Immigration policy therefore directly influences talent pipelines and labor supply. People with disabilities represent an often overlooked talent pool in the workforce. Approximately 61 million Americans live with a disability, and many bring valuable skills, perspectives, and experience to employers. The ADA requires reasonable accommodations, but inclusion means more than meeting a legal standard. It means designing work so people can participate and succeed. The growth of remote and hybrid work has expanded access by offering greater flexibility, and that flexibility can improve how work functions for everyone. The workforce is being reshaped by three forces: demographics, technology, and changing social norms. An aging population is creating talent gaps as baby boomers retire, although many are continuing to work into their 70s. At the same time, Hispanic workers are projected to represent 78% of net new workforce entrants through 2030, making this community central to labor force growth. Finally, AI and automation will reduce routine roles while increasing demand for analysis, creativity, and interpersonal intelligence, with lower-wage workers likely to experience the greatest disruption. Diversity has moved beyond compliance. It is now a meaningful source of competitive advantage. Research from McKinsey and others consistently connects diverse and inclusive organizations with stronger profitability, greater innovation, and higher employee engagement. The central idea is that diversity is a measurable strategic asset. Diverse perspectives also challenge groupthink, helping teams identify risks and develop more creative solutions. And when teams reflect a broader range of experiences, they are better equipped to understand, connect with, and serve diverse customer segments. The key takeaways are clear. Diversity is multidimensional, and demographic shifts are accelerating. Race, gender, age, ability, origin, Hispanic growth, population aging, and Gen Z are reshaping work. Inclusion drives performance when strategic, so organizations should proactively adapt hiring, management, and culture for tomorrow's workforce.